What's up, y'all? Blade from Eclipse here, bringing you a war recap from our family scrim over the weekend. As I mentioned before, Red Eclipse is now the sister clan to the Savage Sloots. Pretty awesome, great deal for us. They're definitely a bit more experienced clan, so we're gonna definitely learn a lot from them. And we had some friends over there, and just kind of been talking through things about the future, and decided to pull the trigger on this. And so far, I already feel like we've gotten a ton of value from that, and so we're pretty pumped about it. Came right in here, did this mixed scrimmage together, a little get to know you event, get some good practice in, test out some bases, and you know, pretty much just went after it, hitting each other, and had a really good time. So with the tens, for the 10, there was a no dipping rule in the scrim, and for the tens, they had some sort of rule where they were only hitting certain bases until they were 3-starred. So, so for example, all the tens on one side were only supposed to hit bases 4 and 5 until one of those two got 3-starred, and then they could start trying, the other. So I think that this hit on number 3 was because one of their, whoever that is, must have had 2 attacks left after. I guess you just skip Maverick. Whatever. I don't know. I'm not a 10, so I'm not privy to whatever their arrangement was. But anyways, one Town Hall 10 3-star on each side, which was cool. I'm going to show both of those and some other sweet attacks by some Sloots that I want to show off because they're pretty sweet. And then I got some cool attacks from our guys that I'm going to get into. So enough talking. Let's watch some replays. Starting off with this Town Hall 10 3-star. Got Jeffrey going in on no. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it sounds good to me. What's interesting here, I mean, the Lalo is definitely a big part of this, and a big part of any 3-star attempt at Town Hall 10. And what strikes me, because I do not have a lot of experience watching this kind of raid and stuff, but what struck me was like how similar some of the other pieces were. Like the kill squad is pretty standard stuff, except for the heroes are much bigger. But they go right in there, get after it. The Hound comes out of the CC. They kind of, Queen worries about that. King, takes the jump spell, goes in there, takes down that Inferno tower. So that's good. Hound pops. And, kill squad dies out there. Queen's all that's left. She's gonna do a little bit, but mostly get taken out before too long. Now there's still 3 air defenses left, but he's in there with his hounds, soaking up some traps. Loon's going in there, haste in on that air defense. Now headed over to the next one, soaking up some more traps, popping that hound. Last hound is on its way in, drops down that freeze, freezes up that Inferno tower, the Expo, and the other air defense. But that wears off, but that's okay. He's got a rage spell. It's, moving his loons right into that Inferno tower, and they're going to take that down quickly. And then a haste to just get him the rest of the way into the final air defense and that Expo. And those go down. Tesla and Archer Towers going down. Nice little pack of loons. Fair amount of pups still around to do some cleanup, and this raid's over. It goes ahead and swags 2. Or no, sorry. That wasn't. Was that a swag? I don't know why it looks like there was a second haste there for a second to me. I might just be seeing things, but pretty sure nobody's swagging spells on a Town Hall 10 3-star. Just looked weird. Anyways, so yeah, that's that. Pretty sweet hit, Jeffrey. Nice work, man. Alright, let's do the other Town Hall 10 3-star. So this one was on by no on Dr. J, our Town Hall 10. So fun watching Jay get it taken to him here. He knew it was going to happen. We were expecting the lowest 10s to get 3-starred, and they do. So he starts off, Mundo has this, beastie level 40 queen. So takes her on a little bit of a walk. For a second, thought she was going to head the wrong way. She reroutes. Wall breakers open up that compartment so that she can get in there. And I think her. Oh, that's right. This is this is pretty much all kill squad action here. He's got 4 hogs in the raid. So Queen's gonna go in. She's gonna take out all this stuff. And yeah, there we go. The CC comes out, so Queen drops a rage on her. She's gonna, tear through that stuff. Puts a wizard in to help her out. And now, alright, getting all that soaked up. Forgot how long the queen piece up there takes. Okay, there we go. So now he's going to start him with his golems and the rest of his kill squad. He's got a bunch of Valks. He's got a CC full of max giants. And they're just going to head in. He's already quad-quicked that core open as we saw before. And in a minute, we're going to see some, there we go, Rage, Valks, and Giants behind those Golem tanks just busting through there. Free spell on that first Inferno tower buys them a little extra time. They just keep rolling through this base. And ultimately, the heroes are going to make it in there and take down that, that last Inferno tower. And there we go. So it's down, just a little bit of base left, and he's got stuff tanking, just about everything. So those 4 hogs just coming in along the bottom here, they really don't get that much, but they got a little bit, and it's really just the monster effort he puts into his kill squad that gets him through this raid. He's still got 1 golem that hasn't popped, still got a giant left. I think all the Valks are pretty well dead. There goes his last giant. So now it's just this golem pretty much, and his queen with a couple of cleanup troops behind. But that's all it takes. His golem is gonna fully tank that cannon and stuff. Gives those Archer Queen plenty of time to deal with that. So pretty awesome hit. In all fairness, I mean Dr. J is mostly a Town Hall 9 with level 1 Infernos. Most of his defenses are not upgraded at all, I don't think. But, it really doesn't matter. Once you drop Infernos on the map, your base gets a lot tougher to 3-star. But they get it done here. So, awesome hit, man. Alright. Now, I'm going to show a couple other hits I thought were really cool. And from the Sloots. And then once I'm done with the Sloots attacks, I'm going to start showing a couple of ours. Alright, so here we got Kask going in. They used a lot of Queen Walk attacks here. I mean, they were really good at that. They do have awesome heroes. Lots of 30-30 guys, and that's definitely something we are in desperate need of, and we're working our guys up there. They're definitely getting better with their heroes every single week. So, starts with the Queen walking over here. I don't think it was his intention for her to do what she's about to do, but it totally works out fine. I think here is what he was expecting. I think he was expecting his queen to step up in that nook, get the defending queen, or hopefully get her. But after she takes on this cannon, this is what I don't think he was prepared for. Maybe I'm wrong, but she starts eating through this wall, so that's fine. Sends in the rest of his kill squad this way. Just a CB with King behind, some wizards and stuff to help create that funnel. They work their way in there. Queen breaks through that wall, takes down this Tesla, engages the CC, is going to take care of that. The little CB Golem and Valks go in here, trip that double giant bomb, which is exactly what he's looking for, and then he just sends in some hogs along the bottom here. I think that was only DGB, so everything else is just, you know, single bombs. They just need some heal spells and stuff to work their way through here. So hogs are making their way through. Queen has, you know, cleaned up everything in there. You know, there, got a heal spell down for a couple hogs. Unfortunately, the heal spell I think maybe was a little bit misplaced. I think he lost a couple hogs before they got there. These Valks are kind of straying a little bit. They're going out to the outside, breaking through a wall. His king broke through this wall to get into the core. Golem's going to work on that wall. Oh yeah, and his Valks I think first went through this, you know, this little piece of wall. That was one thing that really amused me. Queen, you know, busts through another wall piece. He got through a lot of walls without wall breakers and without jumps or earthquakes, and so I thought that was kind of funny. There, Queen starts in on another wall. King just broke through another wall with the help of his ability, you know, because all of his hogs were dead. But King goes in there, takes out the rest. Oh, there was a DGB there. You know, his hogs never even made it to have to worry about that, but it didn't matter. That beastly kill squad just wrecked through the base. And, you know, he breaks through walls without the... Oh, wait, he might have... Did he have wall breakers? I don't think he had wall breakers down there. It almost looks like it, but I think that was just the Valks. Yeah. So he breaks through walls with regular stuff in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 places without wall breakers or jumps or whatever. So I thought that was amusing. Pretty beast. So nice hit cast. Speaking of beastly, going in here on Fear the Rabbit. So a couple attacks like this, they were pretty awesome. So he's going to zap Quake this air defense all the way down here, all the way up here to the left. And he's going to bring in a Queen Walk. And he's going to use wall breakers to break into this little compartment. And then look at that. He's going to have access to both of those air defenses there. And then if you look at his army composition, what's left? A whole bunch of dragons. So, you know, Archer Queen's working her way in. You know, just working her way through that compartment. Takes a little bit of time, but, you know, level 30 Queen, she just eats through stuff. First air defense goes down. Now onto that sweeper. Sweeper's about dead. Puts a, you know, rage spell on its healers to, you know, keep her nice and strong. There's quite a few point defenses are engaging her. Now the CC comes out. A bunch of low HP troops, including a witch. Gets that poison down there and pretty much deals with all of that. You know, Queen, of course, you know, sniping on some things as well. But there, all of that is dead. Second air defense also went down along the way. And then he goes ahead and does a little CB here to jump in here and get down the fourth and final air defense. King coming in. Queen up there just working on walls. And once this final air defense goes down, then it's just going to be drags the rest of the way. Start setting them down there to, you know, funnel them in a little bit by breaking off those corners, and now they're just going to move straight through, go through a couple high HP buildings, you know, puts a rage spell on his Queen again while she deals with that defending King. But yeah, I mean, all these 5 dragons up here are going to have no problem getting through there, killing that Queen. Actually, oh yeah, his King, I forgot, at the, you know, Queen kills a dragon, then turns around and goes after the defending King and hops out of her compartment, so King goes and gets her really quick. And he's just got a couple dragons to work through stuff up there. His Queen is still alive and well at the top. She just clears a ton of stuff. So, I mean, he gets a lot of value out of her. I mean, basically the whole top, you know, third, maybe only a quarter of the base. She just absolutely wrecks. Dragons, you know, take out a fourth of it themselves, you know, and, you know, maybe more. But, yeah, just absolutely destroys it. So it's pretty fun, I think, to see dragons back in the game at Town Hall 9. I was pretty tired of dragons being in the game at all after Town Hall 7. But, you know, now it's pretty interesting again, seeing them again, because it's, you know, it's been a little while. Nice hit, Beastly. Alright, back over to this side. Was this... I think this was the one. Yeah. One of the two. Aiden going in on Beastly here. Yeah. Yep, this is the one. So I think his quakes, his final quake out of the CC missed a little bit. You know, he definitely wanted to get these walls next to this air defense down so he could go in and get that defending queen. Got him with the first 3 quakes, but you know, I see this happen all the time. Once you put down that 4th quake, you know, you screw it up a little bit. But anyways, no big deal. He's going to go in and wreck this anyways. You know, gets those golems down. Follows them with a couple wall breakers to open up that first compartment. Has a max P.E.K.K.A. in the CC. Big 30-30 heroes going in there. Just makes excellent use of a big kill squad with max heroes. Max Tunnel 9 heroes. Puts that rage spell on them so they work through. Now, this queen, this is where he gets a little bit lucky. She jumps out of her compartment, even though she is 3 tiles away from that wall. So that's, you know, pretty rare. Doesn't usually happen. But she does it, and he goes in and sends in the hogs from that side of the base. You know, while the golems and everything are just tanking a little bit of that stuff. And here come a few more hogs working their way around. You know, he triggered up those defensive, or those DGBs. And these hogs just destroy. I mean, look at that. Giant pack. Nothing left to really hurt them too much. His queen, you know, and king finally do go down. He's still got golemites up there, and boom, swags 2 heals. Just destroys it. So, awesome hit, Aiden. Just look how many hogs he has left, and all the ton of the barbarians and archers from using his hero abilities are still alive. I always find that amusing. So that was a sick hit, and one more from these guys. I'm not going to show this one, but it was kind of insane. Number 26, a really baby Town Hall 9, coming up and hitting the number 7. That was pretty awesome, but I'll let somebody else show that one if they want to. So Tengen comes in on Kaz here. This was a really interesting attack. You know, he has a bunch of healers there. Maybe it was just 4 or something, but anyway, so he's going to use this queen, and he's going to charge into the base at this point. Wall breaks into that first compartment, and he's going to be able to go in and get the queen. Okay, there we go. His queen steps up, engages a little bit, uses her ability. Wall breaks into the compartment. Defending queen is down. Now she's working in there. Goes ahead and quad quakes this area just to give his queen even more range. You know, there's not a ton of point defense in, you know, single areas over this way. That's why it's very safe for his queen to enter from this side of the base. Both expos are on the opposite side of the base, as well as most of the air defenses, you know, that could, you know, potentially wreck his healers. So, you know, as his queen moves along, she's just not going to be in the fire of a bunch of point defense as she goes. But anyways, puts a rage on her so she can deal with that golem quickly. She's going to finish off that storage and the Tesla and just keep working her way down. From up here, he puts in a, you know, a CB. You know, breaks into the core, creates this funnel a little bit, drops his king in there, so his king's going to go in and get the defending king and wreck some stuff. Just sort of clear out that compartment. And, you know, he gets a lot of, you know, pops a GB there. And he gets a lot of value out of this too, because with that golem leading, you know, it just does all kinds of tanking for his king, so his king can just go in and do a bunch. Sends in a couple hogs along the side here. Trips, is it another GB? Maybe I'm seeing things. Yeah, just keeps working. Oh yeah, here we go. Keeps working his way into the base. His king finally goes down, but he's got these hogs coming in here. Pathing right there in this giant bomb, not too great. Hogs sort of split in half. A couple of them go trip that DGB. The rest go up and get the air defense and the sweeper. And then he's still got 9 hogs left to come in on the backside here and finish off the rest of the job. Meanwhile, his queen still full health with these healers. Again, just has never really run into too many point defenses at one time. So she had no trouble at all. Plenty of wizards around for cleanup. And he too is able to swag a heal at the end and swag some wall breakers. So that was pretty awesome. Awesome hit Tengen. All right. Now into some red Eclipse attacks. There were a lot of other great attacks too. Savage Sloots, they have a YouTube channel, so if you want to check some of those out, I'm sure they will be featured on there. But now I'm just going to head into a couple red Eclipse attacks. Starting off with Zach on Millsy. Like this attack quite a bit. So starts in with the Shattered here. Creates a nice little funnel, starts wall breakers in there. Does the very disciplined with his test wall breaker, followed by the rest of them. Has 3 extras. CC Golem comes in here with his heroes. He's just got 15 heroes, but with the 3 golems and whatnot, I mean, he's just got all sorts of weight to travel through this base, and that's exactly what he does. Gets the defending king there, pops a GB, is now going to engage the Hound from the CC. Jump spell over here to lead him towards the queen, puts his king ability on, and king just barely gets through that queen with the Tesla and Expo and the defending queen. I think all targeting him. I mean, they take him down pretty quick, even though he's got his ability on. But no big deal. Golem's moving in there. Still got a couple whiz behind, doing some work, filtering in the hogs. Slowly here as everything's being tanked for them. Just popping a few in at a time as they work into the base at this part. Queen here is silly, taking on a wall when the jump spell was not done for, but whatever, is what it is. Trips 1 giant bomb there, huge pack of hogs. That heal is just keeping them up as they work their way through. Looks like pretty much everything was single bombs, and just 1 spot left, and again a heal to keep his hogs in really good shape as they finish up with a few things remaining. So hogs have a little bit of health as that bomb does pop late on them, but no big deal. I mean, the space is already done for us, so just going in and doing the cleanup. Awesome hit, Zach. Alright, then we got Oos. This was a pretty sweet hit, too. They were all sweet, that's why I'm showing them. So Oos does the double zap quake here. And then has a real nice double zap quake, queen walk, and then dragons in behind. So, I mean, this base, absolutely ripe for that, in that, it's got 2 air defenses that are easily queen walked. So Oost has a nice level 20 queen, and a couple healers on there, and they're easily going to get in and take out those air defenses. Archer Tower engages his queen, so he's able to put a wizard down to help funnel his queen the way he wants her to go. Almost, there we go. Takes that down and then moves back. So 1 air defense down, 3 air defenses down. And now she's just working on their stuff. Time to start in this CB from the bottom to go in and get the defending queen. Colin takes a long walk. I don't know why he walked that far. That seemed a little bit ridiculous to me. But is what it is. Queen pops him and then comes back to engage the king, who hits the king ability, takes her down, and just does a little bit more work. Meanwhile, his queen up here is still doing a lot of work. She's gonna get this expo and then step up and get that air defense in a second. Gets a couple free buildings with minions, and starts in with his dragon deployment. 7 dragons up here. I mean, not a lot of stuff to hurt him. I mean, he eliminates all of the air defenses well before any of the dragons could ever get there. Eliminates the queen. I mean, so now it's just archer towers, expos, and traps that can hurt him. And, he's just taking out, enough of the really deadly stuff on the base that he does not have much to worry about there. Still hasn't used his queen ability. Hound has come and gotten her finally, so gonna distract her a little bit. Fortunately, he already got all the air defenses and all of his main targets with her out of the way, so it's okay that she spends a little bit of time dealing with that hound. So I'm gonna go ahead and speed this up while he just works his way through, crushes the rest of this base. Awesome hit, Oost. It's funny too. Our clan actually had quite a few connections with the Savage Sloots. Dr. J has been close with a lot of these people for a long time, and that was our main connection. But it turns out not only that, but Oost actually played in the Savage Sloots for a little bit before coming and joining us. And then also one of our Town Hall 8s is friends and goes to college with some of these guys. So pretty well connected with them even prior to becoming the family. So I mean, it just kind of made a lot of sense. I thought, we all thought. So here we go. Killer Khalib, newer guy to the clan, cousin of one of our elders. He comes in here, lures this hound out, uses the healer trick with 2 archers on it. Now is gonna just come in here with the CB or Shattered. I can't really tell from this angle. I think it's just a CB. I don't see any other golems in his bar. Jumps in there. Heroes and everything behind. King goes in, slaps down the defending queen, and then goes to work on the defending king as well. Almost misses his king ability. Does finally get it here. I guess some value out of it is not a lot of stuff was targeting him at that point. Queen finally goes in, takes a jump, takes out that expo. He starts his hog deployment. Big hog raid. I mean, 30 hogs going in on this one. Huge, hog killing area up here with all the whiz towers and Teslas. But with the heal spell on it, keeps more than enough of them up to finish out what they need to do. So they just keep working their way around. Drops another big pack of hogs. Sees a little bit of bacon there, but no big deal. Still has plenty of hogs left. Drops that poison perfectly, while hogs are dealing with the expo, so they're held up for a little bit. And gives the Skellies plenty of time to get killed. And just a couple hogs left, working their way to the rest of the base. And then it's just clean up from there. Still has a heal spell remaining to keep the hogs up while they finish off those last 2 buildings, and that's that. Queen archer healer trick working like a charm on that hound. Never becomes an issue. Even has a poison left over that he goes ahead and uses for the hell of it on the pups. Awesome hit, Khalib. Let's see. I think, that's everything for this side. I got a couple hits over here. All right, Beastos. On our boy Z. So Beast has, really nice heroes with 25-25. I don't think I've ever really seen him do a queen walk before. But he does it here. Does a really nice job with it. It's going to be, hog raid. But he sort of takes out some open spaces with his queen. Creates a nice little funnel with that wizard there. She's going to snag a couple point defenses. And she's going to work her way down here to the defending queen where he's going to meet up with the kill squad. Displays really good patience, not popping her ability or dropping a rage on her. Just watching her closely and waiting for the perfect time, and fortunately, she survives everything that hits her at that point. So still in pretty good shape. Finally, right here, actually misses the queen ability. That's what I thought happened. When I was watching before, I wasn't quite positive, but misses that ability, which would have helped. But no big deal. 2 golems headed in here. Got some wall breakers. Breaking into the base. Got his big queen's gonna come in here. They, while that queen was working on golems, his wizard shot her down, and does some nice wall breaker work. I mean, I know some people don't think it's all that challenging to get wall breakers through a couple levels of walls. I definitely don't think it's easy. I don't know. I think the wall breakers can be absolutely ridiculous sometimes, but gets a double giant bomb here. That Max P.E.K.K.A comes out of the CC, double poisons on all that, and his king just takes it down. So that is done. Drops a jump up there to get up into that other portion of the base where there's quite a bunch of point defense up there to take out. But here come Hogs in, starting from the bottom. First heal spell down, just help them while they deal with some Teslas and Wiz Towers. And as they work their way in onto that Expo, a couple Hogs can get chased around by the King. Not too big of a deal though. Nice pack of Hogs congregating here in the middle, tripping that one single giant bomb there. Well, 2 singles at a time here. And, Golem's still up there just doing tanking like crazy with that healer on him on those point defenses. So Hogs go up there with no risk to them, absolutely crush it, take down those little skeletons that are harassing them, and then just work around and do all the cleanup as they do. Defending King, of course, running around sniping stuff, but, no big deal. Hogs take care of him and everything else too. And that's that. Nice hit, Beast. Alright, a couple more. This is a long one, I know. Alright, Poos. Poos is attacking Oost here. Does little queen walk here as well. So like I was saying, man, these Savage Sloots, we're getting a ton of value out of this new relationship. I mean, right off the bat, we're learning queen walks. We've had some experience with them, but definitely not the same experience that they have. And honestly, I think just watching a couple attacks from them in these wars, and them giving our guys access to come over and join their clan to watch some attacks in their wars. We've had guys taking full advantage of that right away, and it's been awesome. And I think we've learned a ton from it. So Queen walks in here, breaks open that compartment. So now she was going to be able to get 2 air defenses. So she gets the one in the comp. There's the other one she has access to as well. Puts jump down there, maybe a little bit early. Ends up being okay. She does barely take it by the end. So there, gets the 2 air defenses down now. Working on this Expo. This queen just gets a crazy amount of value down here. With 2 air defenses and ultimately 2 Expos and a sweeper, you're going to see her get. And actually, she ends up being the one to come over here and take out this 3rd air defense that he sent in this kill squad with the other jump to kind of go after. But yeah, just sends in that 1 golem, the king. They go in there. CC golem comes out. Man, and I don't know how he didn't use his rage here. I don't know. His queen was getting so low when that sweeper was blowing the healers around and that Expo was on her. But I don't know. He had the patience for it, waited around. She did her work. She took down that Expo, took down a Tesla, and is going to start working on some walls while his dragons come in from the top. was a really nice group of dragons. He still got his, uh, what's going on here? Yeah, his king working on that that defending CC golem, which is amusing. His queen breaks through that wall though, comes up and gets that final air defense, which is awesome. I mean, his queen by herself, level 16 queen with some healers on her, takes out all 4 air defenses on this base. So that was pretty awesome. And just look how many dragons he's got still going on here. His king, as you can see, ultimately did finally get down that defending golem. And just, yeah, plenty of dragons, puts a little rage on him to make him bust through those last few defenses in the high HP buildings. And this raid's over. Swags those poisons on that broken down CC and the dead queen. So awesome hit poos. Yeah, another thing too, I mean, these dragons, this is kind of a newer attack strategy. You're seeing it a lot more with some of the recent changes in the game. And yeah, the Sloots are getting pretty good at that, and I think that's spilling over to us already. We'd already been trying it a little bit, but yeah, really get it down there, which was nice. Mike on this one, he goes with he has 4 zaps, 1 quake, because these 2 air defenses are so close together. Ends up not even needing the quake for the 1, because the zaps on the lower air defense, actually a stray one hits that and takes it out. But yeah, so gets 2 air defenses for 4 zaps and 1 quake, which means he still has a haste left over to use on his loons here. Has a little cold-blooded kill squad going in for the defending heroes. Patience on those wall breakers, waiting on that Tesla to pop. Bust them in there. King goes in, dies pretty quick, but they get the job done. Those defending heroes are down, and his queen finally goes down. I mean, that's all they really get there with the heroes, but that's okay. That's all they were really meant for. Now sends in some hounds on these last 2 air defenses. Do a little tanking. Loons go in, take use of that haste, and get right in there and take that down. So just a couple loons like filtering around the rest of this base. That last sweeper and the Expo is a little problematic, but still no big deal. He's still got hounds like coming in, tanking for this last air defense. Loons, moving in slowly as they do, but no big deal. Again, that hound is just lasting forever. Lasts exactly as long as it needs to. Pops. Loons take out the air defense and just work their way through, taking out the rest of the base. It's got a couple minions, couple wizards for cleanup. Everything that he could possibly need. So destroys that base. Really awesome hit, Mike. Yeah, that Zap Quake is a good one. I know Mike is a fan. So I think that's it. I think that's all I got for you. That was a lot. So I hope you guys really enjoy the video, and I'm looking forward to bringing you some other cool stuff sometime. So yeah, hope you enjoy, and until next time, peace.